When we came with the revolution, he defected, he fought us. We corrected A. He reigned, he went in Nigeria. And I moved on him there. On a base. He reigned, he went in Nigeria. We corrected that.
No, please say money to the bank.
And so we were told by Finabono that on the 15th of this month that we're in now, August 15th, beneficiaries are going to start their payment. Then on the 20th, we're going to be paid. But to our utmost surprise, on yesterday, which was the 24th, we got rumor that Fina is giving our widow 2,000 Liberian, 2,500 Liberian dollars.
Senator, I tell you what, Senator.
Yeah.
He said, oh, our mother, I appeal to you. Whatever, I will pay your money.
Yeah.
Why you get paid?
Why you get paid?
Who are advancing you? Why they advancing? They are taking money. They are in a different country. Look at the Minister of State, see what he did. He and Luke was saved home of 4 million. And I only 1 million can pay with him. That's how your mother for grandchildren, they copy 50 counties. You might get a bad feeling. You face you on the road. Everybody happy with you. Yeah. Why you can't see about the widow?
But let them get my message. I bear patient with them. If for any reason Representative Donkey and his students are successful and carry somebody else, some of them who get fake credentials, they will move them from there. I say some of them get fake credentials. Well, we are still there. We'll get there. Some of them brought fake credentials from America and other places. That Liberia thing. You were in this country when people were placed in the newspaper that they have fake credentials in early government. No, the other people that were in different places, they drove them, but they will see it. I should not be the one. Somebody will do it. Somebody that they want will do it. We the Sano people, we must do something for our people. Not everybody in the country get a relative in Monrovia to come here after high school to go to college. So I will go there to help my people that are evil.
John, your host. The Morning Breeze. Be it political, social, economical, there is only one platform that brings people from diverse backgrounds to the table. That's The Morning Breeze. Join your host, Fidel City and Dennis Nipson from Monday to Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. for The Morning Breeze. Follow us on Facebook or YouTube at ABC Radio Official or download the Radio King app on the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. Search for ABC Radio Official. The Morning Breeze. The Morning Breeze. Be it political, social, economical, there is only one platform that brings people from diverse backgrounds to the table. That's The Morning Breeze. Join your host, Fidel City and Dennis Nipson from Monday to Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. for The Morning Breeze. Follow us on Facebook or YouTube at ABC Radio Official or download the Radio King app on the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. Search for ABC Radio Official. The Morning Breeze. The Morning Breeze. Be it political, social, economical, there is only one platform that brings people from diverse backgrounds to the table. That's The Morning Breeze. Join your host, Fidel City and Dennis Nipson from Monday to Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. for The Morning Breeze. Follow us on Facebook or YouTube at ABC Radio Official or download the Radio King app on the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store.
Tell my supporters our next decision, our next action. I will either remain as an independent candidate because I got my supporters in the various political parties, the 4 political parties and other political parties that support me and believe in me. I'm not going to be part of anything. Then I discuss the ANC here. Very good.
Look at you now.
The people, before the man called me back, now on the 18th, they more.
The same man now?
Yeah, the same man.
The same man who want for you to go steal?
Yeah, he called me on the 18th.
Yeah.
Now in the around about 8:30, the man called me. He said, oh, my man, I'll let you be there and call you back again.
So that time you go to work?
I go to work.
You leave from your working place, you come to the man?
Yeah, I'm from to my working area to Clarence to now go to the man.
To go steal now?
No, I'm not go steal. I go Steve. I go to yeah. How you question me, man? The thing you want for me to explain for you to understand, then you still questioning me, doubling the question. How many talk clear now?
Okay, let's go now. I beg you, sorry.
I see.
When they call you in the name now.
When they call me in the name.
Yeah.
He asked me, say, how many of you are working to the area? I say, we are 3.
You told the man say you're 3.
Yeah. So he said, I want to give you tea to carry to the.
The man say he want to give you what?
Tea. Hot milk tea. Hot milk tea.
Oh, milk tea.
Yeah.
For you to drink.
With bread.
The bread.
3 pieces of fruit bread.
With egg inside.
With egg inside my butter. So when I carry it to the man, say carry it to the man. When you give it to the man, then you must come back to the car.
So the food the man give you now, you carry it so you can go convince your friend now.
Yeah. When I give it to the man, the man say thank you. I say okay. The man say, oh, where you going now? I say, oh, I'm going right here. So one of my friends called me.
Yeah, the same man you going to now?
Yeah, the same man.
The man tell you say he want for you to go steal.
No, yeah. So when I go to the man, he say clean the car. Then there are 2 now.
In the Jeep?
In the Jeep. Then there are 2.
A big Jeep?
Yeah. Black DG. 4 doji.
4 doji.
Yeah. So when I clean the car now,
air condition all inside.
No, Papi, you can't wait for me to spin now. I'll leave the whole town now. You can judge people.
I just asking you a question, sorry.
You can judge people like can come here.
No, I'm a journalist. I beg you, sorry.
The way you double in the question, you say when I move from here, I'll free. You say when I move from here, I'll free. And you say one talk again. I wanted to make a whole talk clear to you, but you double in the question. Hi, I'm looking, hi, you looking, hi, looking. Then you want force and no more word there again. Why not be looking to the top? I'm going to talk again. And said they call me to the office. I go explain.
I think you explain to me that you come to get fair. You say you carry the tea to the man. After you carry the tea to the man, you come now. So what next now?
And for me, I will not fair.
Nobody, you getting very. You say asking you too much question. Hey, just explain things. Say make your egg and bread. You bring it. Okay, sorry. Now I say sorry now. Okay, sorry.
If you,
okay, I will not ask you the question again. Okay, sorry.
When I give you answer now, then you.
Okay. Explain again. I'm not asking you no more question again. Okay, like why now?
Go to school. The English say I need the English.
Okay, sorry. Now I say sorry now. Sorry.
Say Ali, you take that. You take that.
I'm taking time. Okay, sorry. Okay.
I said I can take time
to explain. Yeah, okay.
You say rest and you brought dirty rest in the country, your caution done.
I asked somebody rest yesterday. Not dirty rest.
But what you say, you say the people in the plaza you say that you pull it down. So I don't expect you to say anything otherwise.
When I hear somebody telling me that Gifty was making love to Peters in the car, only Jesus can tell me that I will accept. Only Jesus. No CID, NSA, FBI report will make me to accept it. No kind of a report will make me to agree that Gifty Lama was in the car on Broad Street having sex. Whereas when we went there, I was there when police opened that vehicle. We noticed that there was sand in her shoes. So the Broad Street play got sand now. Broad Street got sand. Where part of Broad Street is sand coming from? I refuse to accept that. Anybody wants to get angry with me, let them get angry with me. I refuse it any day, anytime. Gifty Lama never died on Broad Street. She died somewhere else. They were brought on Broad Street. I say so. I, Solomon Claudius George.
Musa Velete stole 180,000 in tax money from the Liberian government, for which he was dragged to court. 2012, he was announced convicted. This is the man also condemned by FIFA as a fraudster. This is the man who is in the midst of the CPP, and the CPP is now throwing what I call a cordon sanitaire around him. Now, if you have a guy who is a potential contaminant and you have it in your midst, what do you think will happen? He will contaminate everybody. This man is a walking corruption virus. Anything he comes in contact with, anything he touches, he contaminates. The CPP will be contaminated very soon. Because my own Liberty Party is now contaminated. People in the Liberty Party who took Peacock Trust for ability, today, they are defending him up and down the country.
The People's Liberation Party, through the National Executive Committee and the GAC, has with immediate effect suspended for time indefinite and to face the Grievance and Ethics Committee for the investigation for their respective actions. Those suspended and removed are Mr. Jerry K. Colley, former chairman, Don County, suspended. Mr. Mohammed A. Bility, former chairman, Margibi County, suspended. Mr. J. Emmanuel Green, former chairman, Grand Cape County, suspended. Mr. Oscar Holmes, former chairman, Bomi County, suspended. Mrs. Evelyn Yakoli Morris, former chair, Nimba County, suspended. Mr. Ibrahim Sharif, former chair, Monserrate County, removed.
The matter will be settled. Tapo Ido now politicians, DJ Blue now politicians. So I am not suspended by the body of our constitution. Anybody that is suspended, go to court. They are forced county chairperson.
trendybeats.com.
Good morning. What a pleasant way to welcome you on the Morning Breeze on ABC Radio this morning. Yes, indeed, someone might say these things happen, and this is Mama Liberia. We are here this morning on the 19th day of May 2023. Today is Friday, TGIF in Monrovia. Yes, without no time to waste, I'd like to say happy birthday to all those who are celebrating birthday today. And I know one person who is celebrating birthday, Grace Joshua Williams, is celebrating her birthday today. I'd like to say happy birthday. I'd like to say welcome to the Morning Breeze. My name is Dennis Nipson, always here along with Fidel City. We're going to take you through on the program this morning, the Morning Breeze on ABC Radio. As usual, we bring you motivational quotes, African proverbs, and we bring you some traffic alerts as we go across the country to speak with our correspondents and bring you the major happening in Liberia on our first and second segment. So at this time we go to our motivational quotes that says, it doesn't really matter who you used to be. I take it again. It doesn't really matter who you used to be. What matters is who you are becoming. And it's very important. People will always say it is not about where you were, but where you are at this point in time. So always keep striving, keep doing your best to ensure that you are remembered sometime when the names will be called and they will say this person did this and this person did that. So it doesn't matter who you were, but who you are is what matters. I just sound like to bring you the African proverbs that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. That's the African proverbs. I read it again. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. That's our African proverbs, and we will bring you some traffic alerts from the various points in Monrovia. For those of you coming from the EAWA Bell, as usual, from the Robertsfield Highway up to the EAWA Junction, always expect traffic at the Kenneja Junction. There's always traffic, knowing that there's intersection at that point, knowing the road construction, watch out for traffic at that area, a bit of traffic. And for those coming towards the rehab community, the rehab intersection, there's a bit of traffic as well. Not a bit of traffic, but always, or go slow at that end because of the road construction and the increase of vehicle that are applying that route. So there will always be traffic. You have to watch out for that, and always make sure when you want to get to town sooner, you wake up as far before 7 a.m. and also up to the EAWA Junction, the Zoblo, where they have the EAWA Hospital, the Zoblo intersection. There will always be a bit of traffic. Upward to the EAWA the SKDN, where you have the Namostown Junction, you have cars using that area. There will be a bit of traffic, and upward to the SD Cooper Road, there will always be a bit of traffic. And for those as well who coming from the Fendale end towards the Mount Barkley intersection, watch out for traffic. And also those who are also going over to the red light, there will be a bit of traffic at that end, so watch out for traffic as well. Know that at the Parkopin intersection there will be a bit of traffic, and upward to SD Cooper Road, because of the road construction, traffic is always at that end. Make sure you pass that area before 7 a.m. 7:30, and upward to Boulevard Junction. From those on the 72nd end, watch out for traffic at the 72nd Boulevard as well. Those from the Brevet end, know that around the Carwell Junction, Point 4 area, there'll be a bit of traffic as well. You have to watch out for that because of the influx of vehicles at that end. And also those and coming towards the Freeport end, you have the Lockingtown Junction, a bit of traffic. You know, there's road construction all over, rehabilitation, so you have to be on the alert to make sure you wake up early in the morning to beat the traffic, to be in town, to what you up to do. And at the Freeport, knowing that there are cars, vehicles from the Garnersville end to that south, there will always be influx of traffic. On walk to the Claratown Vartan, there will be a traffic. And when you get to the Vera Bridge, where you have the Gabriel Tucker and also the old bridge at the other end, there's always traffic at that end, so you have to watch up for traffic at that area. Make sure you pass those areas as early as perhaps before 7 a.m. in the morning, before you get in traffic and you try to rush to beat the traffic, something that you don't want to do, and see yourself maybe rushing and want to take motorbike and want to, be faster. That sometimes leads to problem. So you have to watch out for the traffic. Those were the traffic lights on the Morning Breeze this morning. So at this time, we're going to go across the country to speak with our correspondents. Let me take down the theme song and get to our correspondents to bring her up to speed as it relates to happening in Mama, Liberia. We are establishing contact with Prince Yukonje in Grand Bassa County to bring her up to speed as it relates to what's unfolding in that part of Liberia. Good morning, Prince.
Good morning, Dennis. Good morning to our many listeners.
Okay, how is Grand Bassa County this morning?
Well, we are experiencing the actual rainy season now. A heavy downpour of rain started early this morning, and it's causing a lot of people to be in bed and also starting commercial activity. But as we all know, we are 2 seasons in Liberia, so the Bassa people are adjusting themselves to the rainy season this morning. Okay.
Bring her up to speed as it relates to training issue in the county.
I want to continue from where we stopped on yesterday, talking about the running of the ANC.
Okay.
So on yesterday evening, there was a meeting concluded in Buchanan City concerning Councillor Charles Bronskin's decision to join the National Authority Congress as running mate to by the Zana Band Cummins. So on yesterday, at the close of the meeting, strong supporters of Charlie Bronskin, Councillor Charlie Bronskin, confirmed, told the people of Grand Bassa County that they're going to be no one else that ANC political leader going to support other than that of ANC political leader Cummins and Charlie Bronskin. This is the main reason why Charlie Bronskin is going to go to the ANC. And according to former Representative Kennedy, upon representative of electoral district number 4, which is electoral district 5 now, on a Jared Brown Bryan. He said that the Liberty Party cannot be dormant in the upcoming election. And so, especially from the Liberty faction of the Liberty Party, they are preparing a candidate. The Liberty Party is preparing a candidate that will be more experienced some years to come, and not to lead the Liberty Party dormant or play support to people illegally. So their aim is to keep the legacy of the Liberty Party into the political race and not to remain silent, Dennis.
Okay. What are other issues I'd like to mention before I take leave of you?
So yes, we want to continue this morning from electoral district number 5, when the development superintendent of Grand Bassa County announced that in most of the districts in Grand Bassa County will be 1 kilometer of road done. But in electoral district number 5, they appeal for 1.5 kilometers of road to be rehabilitated in electoral district number 5. According to the development superintendent of Fleet Gray, this road is part of a resolution that was done during the county council sitting that took place some part of last year, June. And so this time around, they are implementing it, though the rain has started to come, but they want to make sure that a lot of feeder roads in the districts that will be in a better condition for marketeers and dwellers of the various towns and villages.
Okay. Thank you, Prince.
Always a pleasure, Dennis.
Okay. That's our Grand Bassa County correspondent, Prince Yukonje, there, bring you up to speed as it relates to happening in that part of the country. Those from Buchanan, Grand Bassa County. Let me establish contact with our Margibi County correspondent, Walker Carey, who will tell us what is unfolding in Margibi County this time around. And like Prince said, the weather they are experiencing now, the rainy season, and that's been experienced, I think, across Liberia now. Good morning, Walcott, and welcome to the Morning Breeze.
Yeah, good morning to you, Dennis, and good morning to all of our peace-loving citizens.
Okay. Bring her up to speed. How is Margibi County?
Margibi County is relatively calm and peaceful, but whole of yesterday in the night, we experienced downpour of heavy rain, and until this time, as we're speaking now, the rain is still falling, and we're having a wet weather.
Okay. We too experienced that on last night. Let's hear you. What's the training issue in Margibi County?
Members of the Community Watch Forum in Margibi County are sending an SOS call to development partners and the CDC-led administration, especially to empower them with logistics and other things to make them fit in their job, as according to officials, one Philip Koto, who is the county coordinator, said they, as Watch Forum members, are not security apparatus, state security apparatus, but rather complementing the hard-won development effort of the security apparatus in their joint operations, at least to ensure they continually continue to help them in providing stability in the county. But they are lacking logistics like battery, short lights, raincoats ahead of October 10 pool. So this is their cry, and they want government to address these issues.
Okay. Quickly, what are other training issues in the county?
As we speak right now, bulk of students, I can see them, despite under the heavy downpour of rain in the city, they are making their way at least to go and take the wax test today. And according to them, today they will be taking literature. And literature is one of the core subjects in the education sector alongside with English language. So today they are on their way in their various campuses to ensure that they sit to the literature test.
Okay. Thank you, Walcott.
Thank you, Dennis, and thank you to our listeners. And I want to say, let's keep the peace, maintain the peace, and let's make Liberia our first common denominator.
Okay, that's our Margibi County correspondent, Walcott Carey in Margibi County, bring it up to speed in what's unfolding in the county. And like he said, the Watch Forum, those involved with Community Watch team, are appealing to government to ensure that they empower them to carry on what they are doing. Let me establish contact with our correspondent in Grand Crew County. Frederick Coleman is our Grand Crew County correspondent. Let's hear what he has for us in that part of Liberia as he brings us up to speed with happenings in Grand Crew County at this time, where all parts of Liberia are experiencing the rainy season. Now we are in the rainy season, so you have to brace yourself. Make sure when you are coming out, you are set for the rainy season. Anything can happen anytime in terms of the rain, so be prepared. On yesterday, there are a lot of people that were took by surprise in the night hours, so it was kind of something. But we know we are in rainy season, so make sure you are up and ready with all your gear. So I have Frederick Coleman online. Good morning, Frederick, and welcome to the Morning Breeze.
Good morning, Dennis, and let me say good morning to the people of Liberia.
Okay, let's hear you. How is Grand Crew County? Bring her up to speed.
Yeah, Grand Crew County is fine. Everything is going well. We just woke up this morning, and we are trying to work on things to see how best our people can be informed. But for the issue of development, the chairman of the Grand Crew chapter of the National Patriotic Party, Jacob Kamawia, has described the Bwaka Jeremiah Kun ticket as fake and called on Liberians across the country to reject them at the post-comes October 10 general elections. You know the party stand-up there, recently Joseph Bwaka, he picked Jeremiah Kun, the senator of the senator of Nibaka, let's say, Nibaka for the movement of democracy.
Yeah, MDR.
As his vice mate in the October 10, 2023 election.
As his running mate, so, yes.
Mr. We are also the county inspector of Grand Crew said such ticket should not be instructed with state power by the vast majority of the Liberian people in exercising their political right and constitutional right. He sees the ticket as a calculated attempt by the neighbor county controversial Senator Prince Johnson to use the face of Kun to gain political relevance in the country. So the county inspector he said Senator Prince Johnson has betrayed the confidence reposed in him by the ruling coalition and the citizens of Neighbor County.
Okay.
Yeah, so Grand Crew County also, as may be aware, there's the WAS is ongoing. So all of the students, are making use of the opportunity. Currently, they are taking the WAS, and of course, we wish them successful pass. But the exciting thing about it is that the Grand Crew County school system, right, headed by Mr. Nwanti Kama, has opened a room, an opportunity for those of the students who failed the WAS last year. Some of them were not successful. So he has encouraged those people that were not successful to register in other schools in Grand Crew County and also make use of the WAS to join the other students here. So basically in Grand Crew now, for those of the students that were not successful, they have joined our colleagues. They are taking the WAS, something they describe as an opportunity for them to achieve their goal, and if they will be successful, they will have to go to various universities and other parts of Liberia to achieve their education.
So how is the ongoing process with the WAS in that part of Liberia?
Yeah, for the WAS, it's going on well. The last time we visited, the examiner and other students and student school administrators, they were there. The examiner was there, taking care of the students. But everything is going well. The last time we even interviewed some of the students and they said, the why is good. They are enjoying the questions and, they will try their possible best to see how they can come out of it.
Okay, Frederick, thank you so much.
Thank you, and it is my pleasure.
Okay. Frederick Coleman, our Grand Crew County correspondent there, bring you up to speed as it relates to unfolding in that part of Liberia. Quickly, we will speak to Nathan Colley, who is in Bon County, to bring her up to speed with what is unfolding in Bon County, Bon County. Let's hear from Nathan Colley, our correspondent. Good morning, Nathan Colley.
Good morning, Deputy Manager, and thank you for having me on the platform this morning.
Okay, let's hear you. How is Bond County?
Well, we have a good weather this morning, and everything is going on smoothly in Bond County.
Okay, does it mean that you people didn't experience the rain?
Oh, I never experienced a rain, but it was not too much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Around 10 to 11.
Okay, what's the training issue in Bond County?
Well, visually impaired one Mr. M.B. Jesse, he had described the weird data level as a complete failure to people of Bond County because during the 2017 presidential elections, President Weir then promised to build a market facility in the county and also completely Bond Technical College. And Mr. M.B. Jesse, one of the teachers of the La Cosa Training Center in Bond County, Bond Department, and also has a mini cafe in the county. He also said that the government promised to provide jobs for young people. Only in the sense I can see people selling mini cars, only job government provide for the people. He said a lot of things.
Nathan, you need to speak up a bit. I'm not, you coming in low.
Yeah, he also talk about government talk about provide jobs for young people, but on the contrary, you only see people in the country selling mini car, and that some of the jobs currently some people are doing. Also talk about the government talk about doing more things like the issue of the security sector is being challenged. Even the regional, there are some issue there. Some of the security guards, all the 2 months they've been talking about complaint of payment and food, all kind of stuff in talk about it.
Okay. So what other training issue in the county that you'd like to bring up to speed with quickly?
Yeah, yesterday the former minister of presidential affairs, Nathaniel Mackey, visited the county where he presented 3,000 USD to the student community, especially the 12 bills, and each school are getting the minimum amount of $500, and all of the schools from the county were also present there as the company of the former minister on the local.
Okay, Nathan, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, that's our Bond County correspondent, Nathan Colley, bringing it up to speed as it relates to what's unfolding. And one of the training issues that he talked about having to be the issue about the sanction and former Minister of State Nathaniel McGill, who is in that part of Liberia, and identifying with the citizens there as well, and some amount were given out to them as well. Money were disbursed in terms of empowerment of that. So what does it mean as well? That's something to talk about. Let me establish contact with Patrick Mensah in Maryland County quickly to bring her up to speed as it relates to happenings in that part of Liberia. Patrick Mensah is our Maryland County correspondent, and we are trying to establish contact with Patrick Mensah to bring her up to speed as it relates to what's unfolding in Maryland County, Harper City and Plebo, Solican District, and all the parts of the county as it relates to happening in that part of Liberia. Okay, I'm establishing contact with our Maryland County correspondent, and it is also good that you get to know what is unfolding in other parts of Liberia. Monrovia, Montserrat is not Liberia, so it is important that you get informed on a daily basis. You can also follow us on ABC Radio 105.1 official on Facebook and Radio King. Download Radio King on your App Store and also on your Play Store. Let's hear what Patrick Mensah has for us from Maryland County. Good morning, Patrick.
Good morning, Venus, and good morning to the rest of the folks listening to this platform this morning. My pleasure being on the radio.
Okay, how's Maryland County?
Great and wonderful.
Let's hear you. What's the training issue in Maryland County?
Well, a couple of citizens in support of President George Manuel Weah re-election yesterday had a couple of meetings discussing the recent statement from Maryland County Senator James Poppy Banning. Those citizens in their angry move condemned Maryland County Senator James Poppy Banning for flecking out issues of major concern. The citizens, according to them, they said it's worrisome to have a southeastern Maryland County lawmakers who understand, who have been with the CDC government at this time now, flecking out the condition the government is going through. They said it is worrisome because Senator Banning has been some of those supporting arms of this we administration, and if he will come up at this time to say this government lack infrastructure, lack all of development, many he too should be blamed because they were the founding member of the Coalition for Democratic Change, and they were those ones that were advancing President George Weah. They allege they were those ones that were advancing President George Weah. So coming out to fleck out some of those lapses in this government, he too also need to be blamed. Those citizens in their angry mood call on Senator James Banning to retrieve his statement on the basis that he also creating a situation that we're haunting in a year to come, because they said Senator Banning ran on the Coalition for Democratic Change ticket and he won the election to come up in this last minute of time to go against President George Weah, who is a southeastern leader. It will not sound well for the party, and it is a kind of worrisome situation that Senator Banning need to look at and retrieve his statement.
Okay. What other issue you like to bring her up to speed with?
So far, so good, Dennis. Those are the major issues. Yesterday, I was invited in their meeting. After the meeting, they had a press conference with a couple of journalists. So those are some of the major issues that are so concerned so far in Maryland County that we are doing some follow-up. And we have not had the opportunity to have spoken with Senator James Poppy Banning as to what has struck his reaction. But the citizens are in the angry mood. Mind you, Maryland County has been some of those so Eastern County that have overwhelmingly given the job. We had the opportunity in 2017. So they are saying it's a kind of unfortunate situation right on the ticket of the Coalition for Democratic Change, winning the elections with a high number of votes and coming back today to criticize the government. They see it as an unfortunate situation. So those are the things that we have been concerned of that were beyond yesterday so far.
Are you saying that they are angry as per the statement from Banning?
Well, yeah, they said they are so angry concerning the statement from Senator Banning. Their anger is more of two situations. Okay. They said in 2020, the Coalition for Democratic Change needed to have supported equivalent Senator H.D. Moriah. But they went beyond Senator Banning on the basis that Senator Moriah was denying because he supported former Vice President Joseph Nyomo Boakai in 2017. So he was denied of coming on the Coalition for Democratic Change, and they all rallied around to support Senator Banning. So to see Senator Banning, who just won the election in 2020, now coming out to criticize the CDC government that making popular for which he win the senatorial seat in Maryland County. They see that as a critical situation that undermines the growth and development of the party. So they are calling on Senator Banning to redirect his statement on the basis that he has won the party glory. He won on the party ticket because he was strongly supported by the party, and this time around, he going against the party. They see that as total disservice to the entire CDC government, specifically Maryland chapter.
Okay. Thank you so much, Patrick Mensah, for bringing up to speed as it relates to happenings in Maryland County.
Then it's my pleasure to be on the platform this morning.
Okay. Patrick Mensah is our Maryland County correspondent. With time fast spent quickly, let me see if I can get to Lofa County, where Samuel Bole is our Lofa County correspondent. To establish contact with him, and you just listen to Patrick Mensah from Maryland County talking about the statement from Senator Banning in terms of Let me establish contact with him again. That's Samuel Bullet. I'm trying to establish contact. You know, the network situation in some part of Liberia is a bit challenging in terms of where you find yourself. So sometimes our correspondents, you know, they have to do the ordinary to ensure that yes, indeed, they can get to us. Do the extreme, go to the extreme to ensure that they bring us up to speed as it relates to happening. Okay, so we have established, we can establish contact with Samuel Bullet. That's it for the correspondent portion on this program. The Morning Breeze on ABC Radio 105.1. Like I said, you can follow us on ABC Radio 105.1 official on Facebook. Follow us, share the video, invite someone to watch, place your comments. Also go to Radio King on your Android phone. If you have Android phone, download Radio King wherever you are, which part of the world you can listen to ABC Radio. And for those with iPhone, you can go on your app store and download the Radio King. Follow ABC Radio wherever you find yourself, which part of the world you find yourself. You can listen to ABC Radio in that part of the world as it relates to happenings in Liberia, as we bring you what's unfold in Liberia. It's good to be back. Like I said, today is Friday, and people say thank God it's Friday. I like to say to one of my ardent listener, Thomas Freeman, good morning. And also, yes, straight to our issue now. On the second segment, we will play host to Dominic Nimlen, who will be here to talk about the business community. We're going to be talking about that on the program. And Fidel is not here this morning. I like to say speedy recovery to Fidel. He's not faring too well this morning, so he won't be on the platform. But we have a lot of things to discuss on the program, so stay tuned. Do not go away. We're going to look at the issue as it relates to on late evening yesterday, the situation involving the four guys that were accused of allegedly being part of the 100 million drugs that was brought into the country sometimes in October of last year. And we followed the proceeding, and we learned that they have been acquitted. They were set free by the jurors in terms of the verdict that was brought down, and a non-guilty verdict. In October, like I said, we all witnessed the issue of the 100 million drugs that was brought into the country, and there was a lot of claims and counterclaims as to how, you know, in terms of those huge consignment enter into the country. It was believed that it came from North America to Brazil, and transiting through North America and en route, you know, Brazil, and finally it was seized in Liberia. We saw that the LDEA along with the NSA carry on that raid at the warehouse of the AJA and also the TRH in Topo Village, where they carry on that raid, and that is seized the huge consignment of the drugs, the cocaine, 100 million, and that sparked a lot of debate in our society as it relates to the fight against illicit substance in the country, the fight against drugs. And there were several names in terms of counterclaims. One period in time, the Abujade was named because the Abujade is a part of, you know, this TRH that the company that the consignment in their warehouse was found. So it was an issue that was raised by a lot of Liberians, and till this time, the issue about illicit drugs continue to be a major factor in our country, where parents, where family are complaining, are crying on a daily basis that the drugs is killing their children. Their children are involved with illicit drugs. It is a serious problem for them because they continue to see how the children are dying, and the issue about this thing called cooch. It is something as well that people has been talking about. We have seen a lot of advocates say, we have seen a lot of family coming out talking about that. And this case has been through the trial. They have been through this trial for quite a long time, in terms of months. The 4 guys were going through the case in terms of them being accused of the issue of bringing the drugs in the country, the defendants. And surprisingly to everyone on yesterday evening, the jury came down with their verdict in terms of non-guilty verdict, that those guys are not guilty, that they are not guilty of the 100 million drugs. And this is something we talk about, the drugs law. Each time we talk about that, and we learned that the issue of the drugs law now is before the Liberian Senate, awaiting concurrence, because the House of Representatives has already done their part and is left with the Liberian Senate. With all of these that have been speculated about 100 million just coming into the country, where you have people want to invest, you have investors wanting to come into the country, they are hearing news of such huge consignment, and with a court battle that has been on for months since October. Those guys, were apprehended in terms of their involvement. They were accused of being part of that, and now on today, yesterday, we have seen that they have been set free. We saw the celebration in the court, how people were rejoicing. They were rejoicing that yes, indeed, they have been free from this 100 million drugs case. But what does it mean for our country at this point in time? That this thing, those who were, though we know that when you are accused, it doesn't mean that you are guilty, but it speaks to the fact that there's a need to ensure that if people are responsible, if they are responsible for an act committed, they should be brought to book. It is not about what you get. It is not about who is involved, because we've listened during the whole proceeding, the issue about those companies. These are big companies in Liberia that are involved into importing and exporting, all of that, importation in the country as it relates to goods and services. So the issue of Abijade, one of the biggest group in Liberia as it relates to imports in Liberia. So they also were they were involved, they were accused as well. And as it relates now, we are seeing that all of these things that people have been speculating, after a legal battle of months, the 4 fellows were acquitted, that they are not guilty. They did not, form part of this entire drugs issue, that the defendants are not guilty and they were acquitted. What does it mean for our country as it relates to the fight against illicit drugs in our country? Does it mean that there won't be those who are responsible to be brought to book, that yes, indeed, these are the people who are responsible? Are we going to sweep that under the carpet as usual, how things are done in the country? Whenever something happens, you don't get to see who's the actual mastermind, or who's the culprit, who is responsible, who is the perpetrator that is behind all of that. So with this, again, Liberians are asking, who is involved? Who is the perpetrator of the 100 million drugs case? Now that the 4 guys, have been acquitted, how are we going to handle this situation? What is the outcome of this situation? Does it mean that people do things in this country and they go scot-free, whether it is drugs that is destroying our youth on a daily basis? We found out that in the communities, people continue to complain that yes, the children are taking drugs and there's no remedy to the situation. Now 4 guys were involved with the entire situation, and now they are being acquitted, that they are not guilty of this charge that have been leveled against them, or the accusation that have been leveled against them. So they are free. what does it mean for our nation, Mama Liberia, as we talk about the issue of drugs, the fight against drugs in our country. And it is important that whenever these things, come out, those who are responsible can ensure that the perpetrators are brought to book. While it is true that the court has the right to acquit anyone as long there is no evidence against what the person or people may have been accused of, it is also important that those who are in charge of ensuring that whosoever that commit any crime is brought to book should not compromise those values as it relates to the development of our nation. And also on yesterday as well, during the course of this week, we saw some staffers at the legislature who endorsed the presidential bid, or who endorsed the presidential bid, yes, of Ambassador Boakai in terms of the 2023, the October elections. And they were seen chanting slogans, anti-government slogans, and endorsing Ambassador Boakai. They said, why is it that they are doing that? Some of those reasons were named, were given why they are endorsing his presidential bid. But on yesterday as well, we saw another group that came, and they call themselves majority staffers of the legislature as well, rejecting that endorsement, that they are not in favor of that. They do not endorse what was or what happened, what transpired in terms of the endorsement. It didn't meet the consent of the majority of staffers at the legislature, and those groups are not from the area, and they that it is not their duty and all of that. But my concern here on the platform this morning has to do with the wave of political happenings at this point in time. Why it is true that the House of Representatives or the Liberian Senate, the legislature, is a political ground, there are issues that are confronting the citizens that those lawmakers should be concerned about, that they should be concerned about how their people are doing on a daily basis. The issue about healthcare, the issue about education, there are several components, there are several issues affecting the people that on a daily basis they continue to talk about. But now it has become the norm that yes, indeed, because we are in a political season, so the place has turned into a political area where those who are concerned with ensuring that the right thing are done at this point in time, where they have resumed, they are now into just political rhetoric of one side to another, and wanting to show that strength that yes, indeed, we are in control and we have the mandate of the people. The other is also showing their side. At this point in time, there are a lot of issues that should be done. There are a lot of issues that should be dealt with as it relates to the development of the country. And it's not about political strength. It is not about who is having a better side, who is showing weight of the other side. What can be done for the Liberian people, and what does it speak for our democracy at this point in time? There's another group endorsing, there's another group rejecting, all of that. But at this point in time, the citizens themselves, they have issues. The issue of quality health care. People go to hospital, they cannot get good health care, but you have lawmakers that go to work and all they do is about who is endorsing this person, who is in favor of this person, and who is not in favor of the other person. Should that be the issue at this point in time? Yes, we know we are in the political season. We know there will be time of campaigns. We know there will be time for campaigns. We know there will be alignment and realignment. But when you go to work to do the Liberian people work for which you are being paid, it is not about you taking your time throughout to just sit and talk about who will endorse this person. People bringing all their supporters to put a show at the legislature, to think that they have the mandate of the people, and the other wanting to think that they have the mandate of the people. Government come, government go. There always this situation. Liberia continue to be where it is. There's no improvement in terms of development, how the livelihood of the citizens are impacted on a daily basis. Citizens continue to complain, they continue to cry for good leadership. And now those who should be ensuring that there are good legislation for the people to impact their livelihood, they are the one on a daily basis now have turned the Capitol building into political endorsement, political rejection, and all of that. There's a need that the lawmakers get to do what is right, and what is right for the Liberian people. So you follow the entire situation as it relates to the other group endorsing and the other group rejecting. You have been following the situation. I'm going to open the lines that you will in and tell me, what do you make of the situation, and as it relates to the fight against illicit drugs in our country, when we are seeing that the case that have been pending for so long, that have been ongoing for so long, the 4 fellows that were accused of being those involved with the 100 million drugs cocaine into Liberia has been set free. What does it mean for the fight against illicit drugs in our country? Let's hear you on the Morning Breeze this morning as you make your input on the program on 0777 105 100, 0555 105 100. Let's hear you as you make your input and tell me what this means for the fight against illicit drugs in our country, where people on a daily basis are complaining that drugs are killing their children are dying because of drugs. Let's hear you on the program. Good morning. Calling from where? Okay, let's hear you.
The issue about drugs has also the responsible, because the sales location will observe that they are collecting drugs and they see people giving the drugs to the drug dealer to sell. It's a very serious issue in Liberia. Very, very serious. Every corner now today in Liberia is about the hard ghetto. Every corner in Liberia now is about down to the poor part they get ghetto, and people are selling drugs. The DA are arresting the drugs and they are giving it back to the drug dealer to sell. It can be so sad to see our young brother, our kids coming off taking something that they can't take.
Okay.
Today, you can see 18 years old just passing on the street. Today, you can see 12-year-old girls child or girls children that are on the street being there looking for just oil now. So it is very sad. It is very sad. It is falling out very now.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Flomo calling from Montreal country.
Okay.
I'm very, very surprised because for Liberia, even for example, up to now, Colonel can see this thing. You want to call push. Securing our young brother and sister.
Okay.
Then I was training up the lawmakers, revenue senators, then we go to our judges. Okay. So you want to tell me the judge forever and that you are? You want to be okay?
Okay.
Those 4 men that investigation, then the judges are there, it went free. No, but tell me, what was the quality is that
Let's hear you. Good morning.
Good morning, ladies.
Yes, good morning, Avin.
And let me say good morning to my man, Fidel.
Okay.
My name is Avin Daniel, and I call from the UN Drive. Dennis, let me appreciate you this morning for the beautiful talking point. Also, let me appreciate Almighty God for pumping breath into us, our voice to be heard. Dennis, I think if I listen to Mr. Bobby Livingston very carefully, Bobby Livingston may able to understand that he really like the way the judges is carrying the particular judge case on. I think he withdrew himself on the case there. Right? The last time I monitored on radio, it was on the news that the way the judges is carrying on the case, he was going down lowly, and he wanted how you got the government or how you got the defender. If the man coming out to say such thing, rather he should know that there are serious parts are being played in that particular place. So our country, for our only goal, we have to get this country through. We shouldn't be stepping blame on the government. How all people we put in the judiciary branch of government to do the representative of our country. They are not doing the representative of our country. They want to put in their pocket first, putting their interest. One of them showing the whole of that stepping blame on President Weah. So we got three branches of government. I think if the executive branch of government is fighting out of their best to fight the kind of a thing, the judicial branch of government should be there to back the government up.
Okay. Thank you. All right.
Thank you so much.
Good morning. Please lower your monitor.
Thank you very much.
Let's hear you.
Thank you very much this morning, Dennis. This is T. Augustine for the calling for Charleston community this morning.
Okay.
Dennis, you see what we are going through in this country. I want to go down on the 1 million jobs, the 100 million jobs there's nobody bringing in the country. I want to tell those things. So when the jobs give on Dennis, look at what parents just yesterday, my friend's son just died for food. When the jobs coming from in the country, our young ones are just getting mad, just dying. They say so who brought the jobs now? Dennis, who brought these jobs in our country? The 100 million jobs. Who brought these jobs?
Okay.
Just give on your TR.
That's why we asking.
Nobody bring the jobs. We are tired. We are suffering. Our people are dying. Look how we just lost our nephew every day.
All right.
Yesterday.
Thank you.
Young guy got died for jobs business. You got more who bring jobs here.
Okay.
Thank you this morning, man, Dennis.
Thank you. Okay. 0777 105 100 0555 105 100. Let's hear you on the platform. This is the Morning Breeze on ABC Radio. Good morning.
Hello?
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm okay. Let's hear you.
I'm Joseph Bona and I'm from the capital center.
Okay.
Mama, when I hear someone saying we should be just reacting to that situation that time, where I reaction and you know, tell my comment. Kenya is the one of the letter I president. The African president is very powerful. The African is very powerful. They just been happy. You know what I mean? Only administration. When I mean judge for only administration, the judge made any comment. They were any speak about it. She would speak about the storage. But judge not say anything about the judge. Case business. And you see that going like this one say, oh, don't be judge there. They're happy. The communication, the people communicate.
Okay. All right. All right. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. I'm Robert calling from Kowe.
Okay, let's hear you.
Yeah, they trust doing the passport business. When the international community speaks, not even here, soon here they start calling the Popeye. Seeing the way the passport business went on, as soon as America spoke, then they started to run Andrew. See where the drug business going.
Okay.
It shows that the government is aware of what is going on. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Jenny.
Yes, good morning.
Thank you. I'm Emmanuel M. Super Junior, CRT of the International Class of District of
Okay.
I joined this morning to my teaching grant community.
Let's hear you now.
Yes, and thank you. I listened to all of the analysis you made. You're your correspondent. Thank you for updating my parents. But I mentioned only job 101 with the talking point, and it's good to notice that you are here.
Yeah.
I listened to you when you said the jurors acquitted those four, personalities that were inducted, or they were arrested for the alleged importation of drugs, 100 million drugs to our country. And it's a sad thing today in our country, the year that justice can be born. The issue about the drug situation in our country, like every other fellow said, it is alarming. It is a security situation, and I think the whole thing about food business should be put aside. And when it comes to who brings drugs in the country, I think the power should be given to the Liberian National Police and to arrest. Let the president be filed in the moment in the prison. And then, if this president is going to jail, why is it there's a need for food?
Okay.
That's what we say. The adult democracy sometimes it can be very, very harming.
All right. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning,
Yes, let's hear you.
Well, I'm Kemaka from Brazil.
Okay.
Well, then, the issue of the illegal job, even though that job never meant for Labor market, because Labor don't deal with such jobs when it comes to cooking. Labor does not have the money for cooking.
How will you say that? Although it was in transit, or how will you say that?
Because they were actually Labor is a strong point. That's what I believe. Then Labor now is a hub for jobs. It means Labor has strong point. That is thing that going on in Labor. There were a lot of continuing past.
Okay.
But then before I travel along, I want to talk about the issue of the legislator. I think we should all try to pull our first. That area there, our capital building there, that area should be expected.
Okay.
Matter of the political differences.
Okay.
Yeah, that area should be expected. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning.
Morning.
Yes, good morning. Please lower your monitor.
Okay, how are you, Matthew?
I'm okay.
And thank you for the program this morning.
All right, thank you too for calling.
I'm so disappointed. My name is Vivian, and I'm so disappointed this morning. And two things I want to comment on concerning James Barney and concerning the drugs.
Okay.
When it comes to James Barney issues, I don't think James Barney has left the CDC because of being ungrateful. I think he left CDC because he felt that what they were doing was not in favor of the people.
Okay.
So I don't think because they voted for him, he should keep being in a situation where I know that it's not in favor of the people.
Okay.
It means he's not serving his people.
All
so
right.
this is somebody he stands for what is right.
Okay.
And when he sees something bad, he does not stand there. And I read it, and we should appreciate these kind of people.
Okay.
And then when it comes to these drugs in this country, I am so disappointed. And people come out and say you can't blame the government. So look, once you bring a drug in this particular country, right? Somebody big hand is in there, especially when it comes to that amount of drugs.
Okay, thank you. Let's get others the
That
chance.
will come out and say, oh no, you got 100 million drugs in your country.
Okay.
And the people that brought it, that was caught with this kind of drugs, is being free.
Okay.
I'm so sorry for this country. This country is, it's over.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sir Jenny.
Yeah, good morning, David. Let's hear you.
My name is Juan.
Okay.
I'm calling from Torrance Street.
Mm-hmm.
It's very unfortunate hearing that 100 million of just enter our country and then we don't know the importer of that consignment.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us been looking at it from the onset when they talk about the 100 million and the name that were involved, Abidjali. The new food where that nothing was going to come for out of it. But you will not tell me, say, 100 million worth of consignment that will enter a warehouse of a well-known, person, and then you tell me, they are now guilty. It is very unfortunate to know that, you know, such a thing happening in our country. We just pray to God to save our brothers who are involved in taking on those jobs because they will always die. They will always die.
All right.
Very, very sad.
Thank you. Good morning. Let's hear you on the program.
Good morning to our sister Denise.
Yes.
David E. Harris, my call from Benson Street this morning. Since Denise, I will always say this. I think our executive need to ensure that the law, the drug law is passed and printed into a hemp bill so it can become law. So those that are importing drugs should come down with harsher punishment, life imprisonment. Those that will be caught with drugs, you go to jail for 10, 20 years. If the executive will not ensure that that law is passed and be printed into a hemp bill, then they are equally involved in the importation of drugs and sale of drugs. Because if the executive wants for something to be passed in our house, they can teach our everywhere it be passed speedily. Why is the drug not taking so long? Thank you, my sister, this morning.
Okay. 0777 105 100 0555 105 100. Let's hear you on the program. The Morning Breeze. Good morning. Please lower your monitor.
Yeah, sorry, Danny. Good morning, Danny. Listen.
Good morning.
Good morning to the many listeners of the ABC. This is Testimony Barkley from Central Monrovia joining the conversation.
Yeah, testimony. Let's hear you.
Okay, let me say thanks a million to you and the entire workforce of the ABC radio for the job you do every morning informing our people journalistically. But you see, we have a society that is half educated and I'm not finding abusive. And that's why you see politicians will be behaving the way they did. You draw an institution, establish the institution, give the institution to an election, you won the institution, you won the election. But because you have an internal disagreement, you part ways, another whole order, then you start now to denigrate the other institution you just left on the place. How come you didn't know that the whole Southeast needed to be paid? Why you didn't tell the people that?
So we're talking about the drugs issue as well. That issue about Senator Barney was something that was corresponding reported.
I'm passing through, but you know, okay, let me just conclude that. But I think they need to stop using the on-level in our form of manner because of the hardship. Now, to the drug issue, the first thing we need to do, even if the drug law is passed, we need to know who are those bringing the drugs in and whoever entry points. Now, the users, all we need to do is we get the users, we send it to a rehab center. But the major one we need to continue, we need to break the chain. How are these drugs entering country? So by the time we identify that, we know who are those bringing it. But if the DGA too need to step up our games. At times when we see the way they behave as though they know who bringing it and who's selling it, but they have not been able to really put systems together in order to curtail or to minimize the importation of drugs into country. And honestly,
okay, thank you.
It is actually destroying our young folks.
Let's hear you. Good morning.
Good morning, Danny.
Good morning.
Thank you. This is Lawson Pine.
Lawson.
Yeah, and I call from district. It's district 80 Monserrado.
All right.
You see, since we're born, some of our despite we're somewhat doing the whole time. But we saw Taylor and Ellen, now Georgia. During Taylor time, that time was classified by the National Pilot as town instability. But then there was no joy invested at the people of Morovia. They continue. Were you not here? There was no trust cooking to be invested at the people of Morovia at that time. You need to tell them on the army team. You were capable of bringing them. When you did not bring them, because you care for the future of the children of that people, that's why they were war here. All of people fighting Taylor.
I sure that drugs didn't come into the country.
Did you see George at that time? So the same when I see it, that did not come. See what you not see, you can't say it is this. I'm saying to you, they were going to be paying ambassador who wanted war best and had the country at heart. One of your watch.
Is that the president you are referring to like that? You don't refer to him like that.
What did I say? I said this brother.
You said this brother. No, he's the president. So let's afford him accord him the.
No problem. I didn't call you president. He's not my brother. No problem. He's not our brother. Okay, this is our president. I claim to have the country at heart. Country living in your heart now. I agree. Peace ambassador. What best? African, you bet. One of your wives, there is 140 million cocaine. Hey man, it's not even part of the Boto Boro or Lukato Boro. It passed to the people. They give
Okay.
Can you imagine that the one that was spotted? Even I was the one that you know that we don't see. Now, this brother came and he didn't have a church building, only he built a Jamaica resort. That's a city ghetto. That's a ghetto. I'm telling you a record for that. That's a ghetto. Jamaica resort a ghetto. That I that Joe will go to. They don't put people outside who are paying a secret will drop business. They put them outside on the wife of Janet Young. No, Janet Young, this one you did, mama. Yeah, all of mine, your integrity. Like, what will Josh you? No.
Thank you.
Thank you. No problem. Thank you.
0777 105 100 0555 105 100. Let's hear you on the Morning Breeze this morning on ABC Radio. Good morning and welcome to the Morning Breeze. Okay. 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 Thank you.
I'm sorry, man.
Thank you. 0777 105 100 0555 105 100. Let's hear you what you have to say. You listen to the discussion, and we are discussing the four fellow who were involved into the 100 million drug case that were accused of being the mastermind or the perpetrator of the drugs being in country, and now they have been acquitted. They have been set free. That there's no evidence against them, and even they are ordering the government to give back their $200,000 that was seized from them, saying that those men are not guilty, and there's no evidence that they are the one that was responsible for the 100 million drugs, the cocaine that was brought in the country through the TRH Trading Corporation that is part of AJA, the Abijade company as well, that they are not the one responsible. So those fellows, those men have been set free. They are freed, and the issue about the 100 million drug case, or the 100 million drugs. Now, who is the perpetrator? Who brought that drugs in the country? Now that those guys have been set free, what does it mean for our country? What does it mean for the fight against illicit drugs? Too many things to ponder about, talk about as it relates to that. How does this issue affect Mama Liberia as it relates to development, as it relates to investors coming to the nation, into the country, knowing that whenever a situation of such arise, there cannot be a solution to that in terms of perpetrators being brought to book, in terms of those who are responsible being brought to book. So let's hear you on the Morning Breeze on ABC Radio 105.1. You can also follow us on ABC Radio 105.1 official on Facebook, and we also discuss the issue about the endorsement and rejection of the endorsement at the legislature. What does it mean at this point in time for the political happenings, and as well as development of our country, where you have a group of people, the lawmakers, who are now so occupied, so concerned about endorsement, rejection, and having people come in endorse them, where they are paid on a daily basis by taxpayer money at the legislature to do the Liberian people work, but they are not doing what they should be doing. Instead, they are after showmanship of political strength, who's endorsing who's is in charge of all of that. These are issues we are talking about on the first segment of the Morning Breeze on ABC Radio 105.1, and at 9 few minutes past 9, we're going to play host to Dominic Nimle, who is from the Patio. We're going to be talking about business issue, what is the involvement of the business community as it relates to the happenings, and as we go towards the October elections, how has there a pronouncement from the president that the Liberian business would now, Liberian people or business would not be spectator in their own economy? All of those statements, all of those promises made by this ruling establishment, how has this been successful in terms of implementation from the government? Let's hear this caller. Good morning. Okay, I lost that caller. 077-105-100, 055-105-100. Let's hear you on the Morning Breeze on ABC Radio. Good morning. Yes, good morning. Okay.
You know, it is seriously interesting that over 100 million was the trust to carry in our country, and the government is setting up to be that you cannot find anybody culpable for such a crime.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it speaks volumes to the kind of government we have in our country today. For me, I always tell people that unless we are going to leave the presidency, not people who guard of this country.
Brother, we are all President we are.
Well, President we are. But the thing is, the way things happen in our country is we also wonder as to the consciences of you guys of their sense of patriotism. You know, let's be honest, man, my sister. How can you tell us that somebody there working out could you always better work for trust? And you tell them you cannot find anybody proper for you selling the people free, you are instructing that they should get their money back. I mean, see the level of taking it from ourselves. And when we say the people there, you buy up and credit down. But I mean, even our American friends will be astonished by the kind of ruling for the court. So if we in charge, it means nobody in charge of our country. You see that? So then even you yourself today, you have to start to teach you. Nobody will get down for you. You will do your thing. You make your money. At the end of the day, the end users, the young people are the ones that are best damaged. So you see that? But I mean, everyone know about the endorsement thing. Then these days, I will continue to tell people Mr. Kumi is the only option. Mr. Kumi is the only option, and we're serious about this. You see the level of Londonness that are being exhibited by the UP people and the CDC people and the legislature? My sister, you said it right. People there, they say that political ground, blah, blah, blah. Political ground of force. We pay people to do our job. And they are there, our national legislature. Look at the Joe Chimo yesterday was saying to the day school hall. Then he's in the day school hall, what people are busy show, singing all manners of songs. You see what we are? Our country has been so denigrated as though this country is not a border African republic that we should demand the respect among the community or nation. You see people behavior, I don't know where I come over people.
Okay.
You see that? So only Mr. Kumis and I mean his supporters are proving to be different. Because we are there, we have supporters at Capitol Hill.
Thank you.
Because we are the usher.
Let's hear you. Good morning. Please lower your monitor.
Morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm Mr. Cole calling from Brooklyn.
Okay.
Nobody trust issue, my sister. Our country not mean business at all. There is no way in the world such a thing will happen. Then the jurors set that people free. The justice system is weak.
Nowhere in the war, or it just saddened for us because
I mean, I said nowhere in Africa they can think you're happy and they let them go free like that.
Okay.
Who will bring our own major trust in the country? Who will bring it? And at the end of the
Okay.
It's a disgrace to this nation.
All right.
Even in the hospital, people that are there, they're not after the country. The on party level. This is why we are suffering.
All right.
They want to go there to seek their own interest. Our children are dying from drugs. They're not taking money. But the 40 amount of self for power grief. They're not seeking the country interest, the legislature, the senator, this and that. They want to fool people to go sit down there and enrich themselves.
Okay. Thank you.
The president is dictated to them.
Okay.
But because they don't know the function, this is why we're encountering all the problems.
All right. Thank you. Okay. So at this point, we'll go to make some money, take some commercials, and when we return, we take few calls on the discussion and then transition, take our guests on the second segment of the program, The Morning Breeze on ABC Radio. That brings some commercials.
Music on Trendy.
Are y'all ready now? Skibidi bamba. Na 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 na. Oh na na. Yeah yeah. Oh na na. Yeah yeah. Oh na na. Yeah yeah. Oh na na. Jehovah Obadu. Papa, you too good. Jehovah, you too good. Papa, you too kind. Miracle working God, give you all the praise, give you all the glory. You alone deserve it. You put my enemies under my feet. Because I have you, I face no defeat. Higher and higher, I give you the praise and I give you the honor because you're the king. You love me personally. See the testimony. You get the glory. You get the honor and everything. Yeah, you love me personally. See the testimony. You get the glory. You get the honor and everything. Papa, you too good. Jehovah, you too kind. See the things that you done.
More music on trendybeats.com.
The good things that you they do, you just scatter my hand.
trendybeats.com.
On the many blessings you bless me, I cannot tell it all. I thank you, you love me personally. See the testimony, you get the glory, Lord. You know, you love me personally. Testimony, you get the glory, Lord. Yeah, Mama, you do it.
And everywhere you go, there is ABC Radio 105.1 FM.
Are you ready now? Skip it bam bam. Na 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 na. Oh na na. Yeah yeah. Oh na na. Yeah yeah. Oh na na. Yeah yeah. Oh na na. Jehovah God. Because I have you, I face no defeat. Higher and higher, I give you the praise and I give you the honor because you're the king. You love me personal. See the testimony. You get the glory. You get the honor when everything else. You love me personal. See the testimony. You get the glory. You get the honor when everything else. Papa, you too good, Jehovah, you too kind, see the things that you done. Papa, you too kind,
The good things that you they do, you just cut on my hand, I love you, on the anybody bless it, you bless me, I cannot tell you. I thank you, you love me personally. See the testimony, you get the glory, Lord. You love me personally, testimony. You get the glory, Lord. Yeah, I'm going to be
about Rovia Bricks.
You mean they are located in Liberia?
Yes, Angie. Rovia Bricks is a division of Rovia Logistics Incorporated, and they offer a variety of equipment for all your construction needs. They have 6, 7, 8, and 4-inch blocks. That's not all.
Hey, tell me more.
Rovia Bricks have covers for roads and wells, Cornerstones, Colombo Block, Yard House, Sand, Plate Smooth, Rough and Mix. They even have bread dyed for lamp filling and crash works of all sizes.
How can I get to them?
You can locate Rovia Bricks right at the corner of Madonna and Kerry Streets on the Kakata Highway, Copper Farm area in Fender, around the University of Liberia campus, or locate our head office on Randa Street. Call Rovia Bricks on 0777-874-231 or 0888-726-172. Email them on rovialib@gmail.com. Better still, WhatsApp them on 0777-874-231 or Facebook, Rovia Logistics Incorporated.
I'm calling them right now. Careful, where did you get the bricks you used to build your house? See how strong the bricks are.
I bought them from Rovia Bricks. Do not tell me you have not heard about Rovia Bricks.
You mean they are located in Liberia?
Yes, Angie. Rovia Bricks is a division of Rovia Logistics Incorporated, and they offer a variety of concrete products for all your construction needs. They have 6, 7, 8, and 4 inches bricks. That's not all.
Tell me more.
Rovia Bricks have coverts for rows and well, cornerstones, Colombo blocks, yard tiles, sand, plate smooth, rough and mix. They even have red guides for lamp filling and crash works of all sizes.
How can I get to them?
You can locate Rovia Bricks right at the corner of Madonna and Kerry Streets on the Kakata Highway, Copper Farm area in Fender, around the University of Liberia campus, or locate our head office on Randa Street. Call Rovia Bricks on 0777-874-231 or 0888-726-172. Email them on rovialib@gmail.com. Better still, WhatsApp them on 0777-874-231 or Facebook, Rovia Logistics Incorporated.
I'm calling them right now for that man's puppy land. No time to waste.
Man, take it easy.
You put my enemies under my feet because I have you my fist on defeat. Higher and higher, I give you the praise and I give you the honor because you're the king. You love me personally. See the testimony. You get the glory.
Okay, welcome back to the second segment of the Morning Breeze on ABC Radio 105.1. And yes, indeed, we have our guest in studio who happens to be Dominic Nimlen Pactiel. And Pactiel, we know that is the patriotic entrepreneurs of Liberia. That is Pactiel for short. We have our guest in studio, and we will be discussing couple issues as it relates to the business community. Good morning and welcome to the Morning Breeze.
Good morning, and it's a pleasure being on your show. I would like to say a good morning to the ABC Radio family, and a big one to the peace-loving people of Liberia. My name is Dominic Nimlen, National Chairman of the Patriotic Entrepreneur of Liberia, Pactiel, Chair on Trade and Commerce at the Liberia Business Association, and President for the Liberia Used Car Dealership Association. I'm not being paid for either one of the positions. So I'm saying I'm Robert to my house, please.
Too many positions. The portfolio is huge.
Yeah.
Okay, it's good having you. Is this your first time at ABC Radio?
Yeah, this is my first time at ABC Radio. I think I like it, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And we hope to have all of that in interactions, as many as we can, as it relates to your own endeavors and ours as well. So how is Pactiel?
Well, Pactiel is doing good as the people, as God gave us life. But from the private sector side, Pactiel, because Pactiel is on LIBA, which is the Liberia Business Association, is the head of Pactiel.
Sure.
Is the head of the Fuda Business Association, and Ada and the Chamber of Commerce on the same part, like the Marketing Association. Everybody is on LIBA. Yes. So we are doing good as the life that God gave to us. But as Liberian owned businesses, we are not happy.
Okay.
We are being forgotten by government after government.
Okay.
And we are striving. We ask for our 100% retailer right. Everything is being taken from us as Liberian owned businesses. People come to our country as investors only to finally come to go after our local bank loans and etc. All the amenities that's always be given to us as Liberians or Liberian-owned businesses. We're not getting either one of them because our representatives and senators, ministers, government officials, from the high office to the low ones, they are all in bed with those so-called business people in our country. So it makes us to be spectators, and we are on the fence watching.
Okay. In terms of my asking how is Patel, there has been this internal wrangling situation with who's the legitimate head of Patel and all of that.
Well, that been since 2016. We are long past that, but let's get a mini clarity on it. Well, all of those positions are named of which I'm sitting in those capacities. I didn't ask for it. It was given to me on a web ballot. President Terwon was one of the founder of Patel. Patel have 7 founders, and he was the acting chairman by then, and a lot of things happened, which of course, I'm not going to give credence. He was removed by the people, by his fellow incorporators and the people of Patel, and I was called to sit in that capacity because I was his deputy, and we all spoke to him. He didn't listen to us. He was doing things like if Patel was his own, and Patel is for the people. It's one of the voiceless for the people, for the voiceless people, the people who cannot talk for themselves. Those are the platform we used to talk for them. It's not about me, or I. It's about the people. So that's how Mr. Terwon was removed, but he stayed incorporated. In other words, he stayed my boss because they are the one that founded Patel. I'm not part of the founders of Patel. Patel was founded by President Terwon, Prince Howard, that have the big hotel in Ganta, Madonna Alexander Winto, who is one of the deputy minister of commerce today, Quebec Collins, who ran for representative, George Cominker, the president of the Robert Dishes Association, Patient Dean Harris, she right down Waterside, she got 2 stores there, and many more. There were 7 people, so I'm not part of it. I met Patel, the assistant, and I went there. The ball, my vision that I took there, and we started working together and working in the interest of Liberia and Liberians own businesses alike.
Many as it is now, there is just one Patel.
There is one Patel, but Mr. Terwon said that Patel is owned by him, so he's not going to leave it. It's his property, so he's always going around impersonating, but we don't give credence to that because people will come up and sabotage. People will come up and say things. If I give birth to something, I will protect it and make sure that it stands. I will not destroy it, because it's one of the platforms that stand for the people. So I see Mr. Terwon as incorporated. I see him as as I see Patient Dean Harris. I see him as I see Quebec Collins. I see him as I see Mr. Winto, Alexander Winto. I see him as I see Prince Howard. I see him as I see the president of the Liberian Robert D.C. Association, or George Cominker from Red Light. So I see him as my boss. They are my bosses. I report to them the day-to-day activities. So I don't see him as somebody he must set in a rival and what have you. There are things out there for him on Patel, but we're not going to dive on that. I think we should talk about where we can find a flexible playing ground for Liberian-owned businesses, and those amenities that belongs to us, that government should give it to us, and the people that should start talking politics around here and talk politics, because politics is where you talk about the people, you put the people interest first.
Sure. So do you think with all of the happenings as it relates to the both parties, it's a way of hampering some of the achievements that you hope to achieve for the business community?
Well, if you go into the market and you listen to every dogs that back along your ways going to the market, you won't be focused to buy what you're going to buy. So sometimes you just focus and do what you think that is right and what you know that is right.
Okay.
So that's what we do.
All right. So some part of last year there was this call from you in terms of appealing for 2 seats at the House or at the legislature. Why and how? Why do you think it is important?
Well, we call for that seat because I think you listened to Honorable Snow from the past administration, where they gave foreign businesses 75% purchase power, then they gave Liberian-owned businesses just 25% purchase power, and the 25% purchase power they claim they gave to us on black and white. We are not benefiting from good 6 or more than 6. So the foreign businesses have 94% purchase power, while Liberian businesses have just 6. Because of that, we are spectators. Nobody will bring in money to the country to want to invest with somebody who got 6% purchase power. At least if you're in 50 or 51% like Ghana, Sierra Leone, Nigeria, that why make the economy is booming. When Manasede came up and said that, the business people put the money in the suitcases and carry, I called a press conference. I said, Manasede, you the one who gave them the power for them to put the money in the suitcases and carry. If I was a Lebanese, Ghanaian, or Nigerian, or Chinese or Indian, I will take the money to my country to go build my country, of course. So you gave them the power and the right over us. You gave them rights. They set them down to sin. They set in man. They set in everything by it. So if you take that right from them and give us, like they do in Ghana, give us 51% and give them 49%, they will be forced to work with us. The profit, because they bring in the raw cash, the profit, those of them who bring cash, because most of them come here and start life from here. So those of them who bring cash, at least the 100% profit will be carrying 70% home, or 80 or 60% home, while 30% will be living with Liberian, and that 30% will be living with Liberian. Liberian won't get that 30% of Ghana or America to go buy playing houses. They will invest in here, and that's how the country will be built. This regime came, we stay on the same path. Nothing changed. We are still on the same way. So
by allotting, by giving those slots, do you think it will make a difference?
It will make a huge difference. Look, for example, you see the Lebanese, the Indian come here, you're naked the chicken. If I say naked the chicken, you are a typical Liberian, you know what I call naked the chicken, very slim and dry. But if they stay in Liberia for 3 months to 6 months, you see that Lebanese man, the Indian man who didn't sit down in car front seat in his country. We've been to that country, we know how they're suffering there. Okay? You will see that Lebanese or Indian man or Chinese man buying a car, that's two-ball, buying a car, owning a car. He's driving a air-conditioned car. He's sleeping in an air-conditioned house. While the Liberians that they're making that money doing the day-to-day work, they are not making more than $100 or $150, which is minimum wage. While the store boy there, the Lebanese store boy, the Indian store boy, just staying there, whole pen and papers. He's just marking. Put it down. Or the Indian one, he said, put it there. Jerry, put a carton down here. As he's shaking, he's saying, put the carton down here, he's making $1,000 per month. They're getting him sheltered. They feeding him. But the Liberian men are doing the real work. He's not making a cent. I'm off. He's not making a cent. Okay? He's not making a cent.
Okay. We'll make it.
So we don't know what really going on.
Yeah.
You don't see Lebanese being counted in Ghana. You don't see Indian being counted in Ghana.
Because those are jobs.
You don't see Chinese being counted in Ghana. It is for the indigenous.
Yeah.
In our country, they do wholesale, retail, and supply. There is nothing being left for us. That's why you can see a Liberian CEO here today. For the last 3 decades, he don't get nothing to show. She don't get nothing to show. You see the Lebanese, the Indians, the Chinese store boy doing better than you and myself.
Yeah.
When we go to banks and ask them for loan, they ask us for property value that our great-grandparents had. That's a clear indication they don't want to give to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a clear indication that they don't want to give to us. So, we sit here as Liberian-owned businesses. We're getting older, nothing to boast of. Liberia is the only country that you find 25% to 30% on 120 feet container.
Okay.
You find 50% on 140 feet container. Sagbimba is the hair for the China business. The China women our women that go to China. When we go to China, they have to go buy goods. People laugh at us when they hear Liberians because they see us as jokers. They see us like we don't know what we're doing.
Okay.
Yes, we don't know what we're doing because you will see one woman from Ghana or Africa or Nigeria. That one woman, she alone stand and she's doing like 15 container at a time. Where our mothers and sisters then, they 25 on 120 feet container. They sleeping in one room, 5 persons sleep, 5 women sleeping in one room, 3 women sleeping in one room.
Yeah.
Because the government is not giving us a flexible ground, the legislator, meaning who have the oversight, they turn the back on us. They only put in budget for themselves. They don't care about Liberian own private sector. They only care for us to pay taxes. When will you give us tax return?
Okay.
We have asked, the last time we carved a document, couple of months ago, we came together, the president of every organization and union in Liberia, from the counties to Mosorado. We had 3 days workshop.
Okay.
In our 3-day workshop, we came to a understanding that we will have the government to give us. We asked the government to give us $50 million, and this $50 million, we don't want it as free. We want it as a loan, but a lower interest rate, 3 to 5%, a loan payment term 3 to 5 years. so we can be able to empower our brothers and sisters. Like the Taylor Union president example, I think he's 67 years old, going to, I think by now he's 70 years old or 70 plus. He said to us in that meeting, he said, being a tailor, he was crying. Or elderly man crying. He said being a tailor is a career. It's not, we didn't make no mistake by being tailor.
Okay.
But the AFL uniform, the contract is being sent to China. They print, they sew it there and bring it, the police, the DEA, the immigration, you name it. The private school, the public schools, all of those uniforms is being imported. Why can't we get some of those contracts? What government is not looking our way? And these are things that we've been crying for St. Manasadi region to this region. So we have been on these things like since yesterday. So we asked government, if you give this $50 million, we'll buy Tesla. Tesla is the cloth that you use to sew those uniforms. We'll buy those cloth by containers, and we'll bring those modern machines that can print the face cap, face the badge, and what have you. Our tailors can do all of those things, but they don't have those equipments. We'll bring those machines and open somewhere and put in there to be able to produce those things for our government, for the health sectors worker, GFKs, the nurses, and what have you. At least let it be able, let a family be able to eat 2 times a day. Let it be able to or get something to carry home from those career or trade that they learned yesterday.
Okay.
For those who selling lapa, who selling slippers, we'll bring slippers by container. We'll supply to you. You selling matches, mosquito coil, we'll bring it by container. But we took that document to the commerce minister. We took it to the legislature, to the upper house, the lower house. We took it to the press. We sent it to the president office. We got to see the president. Now you got to take blood tests. We don't
Who's the president?
Yeah, you got to take blood tests. He's the president. We're making the president.
There should be others who
It is
are,
us.
Yes.
We like brand people.
There should
but
be
the president,
others who,
our president have meetings, conferences with foreign business.
Okay.
But not
there
like
should be
brand own
others
businesses.
who are charged with the responsibility.
Those who charge, that's why we're saying it.
Uh-huh.
Who told you the president don't listen to us when we can't on air? He listened to us. People tell him, this boss is speaking sense. This woman is speaking sense. These people are talking something good. Why can't the president call us? It wasn't Lebanese that put him into power. It wasn't Indian. It wasn't Chinese. It was Liberians. And the private sector have the power. What do you think we brought Manasseh into our name when we shut down the country for 3 days, 2016? What do you think we were able to change the scenario to APN Terminal? APN Terminal, they respected the president. They respected the Justice Minister and the Labor Minister when they came out, because the agreement was signed during Manasseh regime. When the downside of the 24 Liberians, I asked them, say, in the agreement, it is said that after the first 2 or 3 years, Liberians should be elevated to high offices. When people went and speak about it, the Togolese guy there, he went and downsided them for no reason. The Labor Minister called him, went through the case, and said, you have to reinstate these people. He refused. The Justice Minister called, he refused. I have to take my own money. Because in particular, people don't pay due because why they are frustrated. Government is not helping. No immunity. In Libya, people had to pay due because they are frustrated. The Food Business Association, all of those places, even the Liberian Marketing Association, people don't pay due because they are frustrated. All right, they are frustrated. Government is doing nothing to help. So we went to take our own. I took my own money, went to Ghana.
Why do you think that government continue to, play late service?
I come into that. I come into that. I went. I paid my own money, went to ECOWAS court, and I came back. Served APN Terminal the letter from the ECOWAS court. They sent a hard copy and soft copy, and told them, if you're not reinstate these people, we shut APN Terminal down for 3 days. The Choco Union Association, the Custom Union Broker Association, the people that can do the handwork to take the rice. You don't know that on the 21st century, APN Terminal have all the contract, and Liberians there taking the rice by the hand, packing it up to 3-story building height, and they are making less than $3,000 LD per week. And the signal they're getting from there, when they go home, the money they used to treat themselves is 90% of the money that they work for. On the 21st century, I was beaten at the APN Terminal, thrown into police pickup bus, taken to jail before those people were reinstated. Today they are working. Okay, so we have been working, and we continue to stand. We sacrifice our lives. We raise our businesses. We raise our family lives.
Okay.
You asked me a question. What was the question?
I was asking. I can get hold of that question. Why do you think that government is insensitive to the call?
Why government is insensitive to the calls?
Yeah.
Because on a Friday like this, you see our representatives and senators going to Seti Brother to go pay for zinc nail, to go pay for zinc, to go pay for cement, to go beg for stereo. So if you're begging for some of these things from these companies or the companies owners, when they do wrongs, they wrong your citizen, how will you right the wrong? Because you have already sold your integrity to them. To the extent we got ministers and representatives that go to supermarket to go beg for down to mineral water. So you are selling the Liberian people integrity. Yesterday, you and myself official was sold by those government officials. Today they are selling our children on. Where are we heading? We are tired.
Okay.
We are tired of being spectators in our own economy. We are tired getting older and nothing to boast of.
Okay.
Why should you representatives and senators? I listened to Honorable Snow say, my worst regrets was to sign APN terminal into deal or contract. I listened to Honorable Prince Moy say, y'all vote me as senators, it will not be business as usual. So these people know that they wronged us for the last 12 years.
Okay.
And they stay asking for state power. And we continue to give it to them. And they are making no changes. So Honorable Snow, Honorable Prince Moy, and others that were there yesterday, including others that got there today. What are you people doing to right the wrong? APN terminal today don't take, since Manasari region, they don't take Liberian dollars. APN terminal don't take Liberian dollars, they take USD. There is not America. You are intellectually inclined and perpetually inclined. Why are you facing your signature to such documents?
Okay.
It's just for you to get money and send your family overseas to go live there because that brother is not comfortable enough. To send your children overseas to go to school, you send your woman to go to give birth and buying houses, property in other countries, and you don't care about the country today. We have our name and shame. Some of them, on my press conference, I talk about. Some of them was nobody yesterday. They were talking. They get to become representative and senator today. They buy houses in Ghana. Their family in Ghana. Their children going to school in Ghana. When they hit height, they get in plane. They go Ghana to go buy ASA tablet there and shoot themselves before coming back home. And you talk. Our problem in this country, our first problem is the house, the lower house and the upper house. Those people have the oversight. They made the laws and regulations on the book.
Okay.
If they say A, it's A. You know how many times we have petitioned the legislature and they have called APN terminal, called the other entity, the people don't come because why they have sold. They said people don't respect them. Our company being Ghana and the Ghana Senate or representative called that company to come, they will be coming. Okay. I don't care they're sick, they will come. But in Liberia, you know how many times they have called and they didn't come? And they told all the begging, the pleading with us, y'all go, we'll call you back. These people don't have respect, we will find them, we will do this, we'll hold them in contempt. They don't hold them in no contempt because they have sold the integrity to them. Liberian businesses, we got nothing to show. I go and bring slippers, I go to the bank, I took loan. I bring in slippers, I bring in t-shirts, I bring in glasses, I bring in some other electronic product. I pay in cash. I take the loan today, 50,000, the interest rate. The first interest rate is 35%. There is nowhere in the world you give 35% interest rate. That means the person is slave to that money that you're giving them. Okay. That means the person not going to get nothing. It's 100% assurance that person will not be able to pay back the loan. The loan that they gave to Liberians, they have the loan that they gave in Liberia have two different interest rates. The foreign businesses have their own interest rate. The Liberian own businesses have their own interest rate. You give me 50,000 today. Having invested the money, you take your charges. Maybe the charges is $3,500. I left with 46,500. You say that 50,000 I give you every month. You pay 4,000. You pay 5,000. I forced to agree because I got no choice. I'm looking at death trap, but I'm walking into it because I don't have agriculture ministry is dead. Construction bank is not working in Liberia, only working in the interest of
what do you think should be done about that?
I cannot lay the premise when I come up with that. So it's not working, right? So I take the loan before I get out of the bank. You say the first month I haven't invested the money, but you say after taking your charge, you say I'm gonna pay the first 1 month. I pay the first 5,000. Now 7,500, you take off on the 50,000. The continuum takes 2 to 3 months before you reach. Before the second month elapsed, you ask for another 5,000. I give it to you. Like 13,500. The third month, when the continuum came at the end of the third month, you ask for another 5,000. That 18,500 you take from the 50,000 I take from you right there. You the bank MD, you the collateral management, whosoever, you should have sense of reasoning to know that this person will not be able to pay. So right there, the goods come. One of the found out that same goods that I brought, the Lebanese man came to you and take letter of credit.
Okay.
The Indian man take letter of credit. The Chinese man take letter of credit and bring the same goods. My goods reach, I don't get money to clear from Freeport. I go back to you to the bank. I say, please help me. You say, but you don't pay the money yet. You don't finish paying your money yet. I should give you money to clear the goods. I said, but how will I clear the goods? You say if you don't carry that goods, I don't want the goods to get into storage or penetrate. So I go to the money changer on the sidewalk. I take money from the money changer 25% for 1 month. Sometimes the money changer, somebody is very unreasonable to take you 35% because they know you jam. You'll be forced to take it. You take the money for 25 or 35%. You pull the goods outside. That goods you pull outside, you sell it, you won't sell it for $50 for one pair of slip or $50 LD, for example. This Lebanese man bring it with letter of credit. He not spending $5. The bank stand is guaranteed, but the bank cannot stand you, Liberian man guaranteed. And what the property that the Lebanese man use as collateral, the lease agreement between you and him, just a flying shit. They gave him it. The Lebanese man selling that slipper for $30, when you selling it for $50. When somebody leave the $30 and come buy the $50, they won't buy from you. Now you end up going to auction to sell that same $30 they selling. When you sell that same $30, the first money you get in there, you go and pay the money changer. Right there, you default on the bank loan. You don't want to auction the other one again because you will not be able to pay the bank completely. So you keeping that goose. The bank start harassing you. The bank start harassing you. Before you go look your name go out there, you cannot pay bank loan. People who don't understand, who don't know what Liberian owned business is going through, they just go and talk and say put Liberian owned businesses in red. The Lebanese man will take bank loan today. He go to the casino, he squander it, the Indian man.
So,
he take it the second. You go back the second time. He take it. I want the people to understand.
Let me hold you there a bit. There's this saying that Liberian owned businesses, those who do business, Liberian business practitioner or owners, they are not when it comes to doing a business and ensuring that they get the profit, they are not trusted in terms of doing business. Let me term that. So like that when you give them money, they don't repay.
How will they repay when you're giving them money on the circumstances that I just explained to you? How will they pay back? If they give you that kind of money, can you pay back?
Perhaps.
But the way I explained it just now,
yeah. So that's what I'm asking.
You cannot pay back.
Sometimes if you're not trusted, then
how will you be trusted? When they give you the money, this is what they do. They hide behind like brand own businesses. I was trying to explain to you when you came in. The Lebanese man will go there to get him the first loan on a letter of credit, on a lease agreement. Well, I will have the property when I go there, they cannot give it to me. Okay. They will give him the money they gave the Lebanese, they don't give it to you and myself. The Indians, the money they gave, the loan they gave to them, they don't give it to you and myself. The construction loans they gave to them, the business loan, they don't give it to you and myself. LBDR, you know how many millions of dollars that they gave during Manasari region, on this region, World Bank gave, because we keep making those cases. The people come to us, to our various offices, we sit down, we talk, the donors, and when we tell them, they will give the money to government and give it to LBDR Bank. LBDR Bank will take those money and give it to foreign businesses. They don't give it to Liberian owned businesses. Those money are there for Liberian owned businesses. Now, the Lebanese man will take the first loan, he squander it. The MD, the whosoever in that bank, they got a cut inside it. Maybe he takes $500,000 or $1 million. The MD and whosoever they get a $300,000 cut inside coming. He go and take another one again. He squander it again. He don't pay back. They get him for the third. They can get him for the third time, but they don't do it to Liberian own businesses. They get him the third time. He leave and run away. He go Lebanon. He run away. He go India. You will not see Interpol. You will not see them on newspaper. I told just even Mappet of the debt or the debt cut at the Temple of Justice. I explained those things to her. I said these are the things that are going on, but you don't flag it up. Only when it gets to Liberian own businesses, you are running with the story. You know about American like $20 right to run a broad intersection here. It was an Indian man that owns it. He took the first loan. He squandered it. He went to the casino. He was my friend. The second one, when we're talking to them, they can get angry. They say, but the people can get our money. Why they don't get your money? And you're a citizen. Sorry that I don't have recording for some of them that I can play on this platform today for people to listen to.
Okay.
I got Lebanese people. Let's sing all here. Then Mario that got a big building right after African Plaza. How many $1 million he ran away with? They go behind him. How many $1 million US from Echo Bank to the RBB? How many $1 million US? I can name them. Lebanese and Indian that have taken millions of dollars and run away with it. They don't do nothing to them. But if you get Liberian somewhere for 10,000 and you get here in a way that he or she cannot pay back, and you run our newspaper and say we cannot pay back, how will you expect us to pay back if you're giving a loan under those kind of situation?
Okay.
It's a clear indication you try to make us to load back to the public. That's why I told the USAID and others, they always come to us at the chair on training comments from Liberian. I say every time y'all have been bringing worship to us for the past 3 decades, y'all don't give us nothing. Y'all keep coming with worship.
Don't you think there's something there's a problem there? Has the Liberian business community able to do some soul searching in terms of what is actually happening, why they are not being, accepted in terms of how they do business?
Because the foreign businesses and government after government don't want us to be millionaire today and tomorrow. And who the main people we blame is the representatives and senators that have the oversight. The representatives and senators. Why can they help us to implement? What do you think when the president do executive order or he come out and say that he employed this person, I choose the person as finance minister, the legislator call them to vote them. He called the other person, I call you as commerce minister, the legislator call them. And they have the oversight. They can impeach the president in a second. Most people don't know about that. They have the oversight. If you see me accusing them today, that's my reason I'm accusing them. I'm not in bed with President Weah. President Weah haven't given me a damn. Besides the 2 times we met him as business people, that he gave executive order that some 99% of the executive order didn't even work because people don't follow it. We haven't seen him. His door have been closed to Liberian owned businesses.
But he has said that you people won't be spectator in your own economy.
That's what I'm saying here.
So how has it been?
That's what I'm saying here. You know what make doing Manasadi regime that we was making money here because only were bringing in $52 million US to the country every month. Well, what the common security to the gate, like your entrance here, that open the gate and close it, were making $700 US on an Omio. The horse girl were making $500 US. The driver were making $1,000 and $1,000 plus. The people that have houses renting the houses, apartment renting the Omio, you know how much money they were making. All right. So those are the things that make when Omio left. Or Manasadi refused for homage to do when they left. You saw the whole economy broke down. It broke down up to today's date.
So
because they were the purchase powers in our country.
Meaning the situation you are facing now cannot be attributed to government.
It can be attributed to government because government could have faced it. How they could face it.
Okay.
The 50 million we have from government gave it to us. We bring slipper container, we put it down in one county. We put silver container down in Grange there. We put matches and candle, all these things. We bring in onion by containers. You don't think we create job for Liberian? We'll create job for them. We'll create job for them. We got arrest RPD to bring rest. We got arrest contract to bring rest within Manasadi region. I will end it to this region. They deny us RPD. You know what the Lebanese and Indian do? And the Chinese? They pay for the warehouse in Freeport and keep the key on them because that's a prerequisite for you to reach to get a warehouse before they will give you RPD. They keep that warehouse key because they don't want you to make the millions of dollar profit that they make on one consignment of rice that they bring into the country. To the extent today, you journalists know that people go buy rice from Foreign Brother and others here today, they force you to buy other commodity to rice before they will serve you rice. Is that supposed to be happening to us in this country? I go buy rice, you tell me I'm gonna buy sugar, I'm gonna buy keno before you serve me the rice. I transporting the rice myself. So when it happened during Manasadi region, I had a contract to bring in 500,000 metric ton of rice. I was denied. But then we're consuming 25,000 metric ton every quarter, every 3 months.
Okay.
So I went to where I said, okay, say I refuse to get us the RPD. I called a press conference. In my press conference, I said, okay, because I found out the rice they bring into Liberia is not good. But then we have 3 different quality of rice. We have the Sondon, we had the butter rice by then, we have the long grain. We had it, I think $18, $16, and $17 by then. I called my press conference. In my press conference, I said, I got rice coming, and my rice will be in country anytime. You know, we can play politics, we are. I said, my rice will be in country anytime. My rice, I will be selling it for $12. Wholesale. It shouldn't be sold for nothing less, more than $13.50 because people have to transport it to the various places like that. That same night, Manasadi and the rice importer called a meeting at Bele Casa Hotel on Tear Street because we have people working with them. I gave her information and they reduced rice price. That had it came down to my $13.50. That rice was $13.50. This administration again, we have crack. When I went to Professor Tapper for the West RPD, he denied me.
Okay.
When we met the president, we had the first time when we explained, you know, that what a good for a president, as a president, you should give ear to the people. You should interact with the people because those able deputies and ministers, whosoever, they only put most of them only put their interests first. If you are interacting with the people, okay, I expect president we ought to have a meeting with Liberian owned businesses probably every quarter or at the end of every month, every last Saturday, every last Friday. Because these are the people, we are the consumer. Every goods that Lebanese, Indian, Chinese bring into this country, the taxes, the claim that they pay, we the off-taker, we take it, we buy it from them and go sell it. We eat it. We are the consumer. If we would not buy it from them, we don't take it from them, would they be able to sell? No,
Okay.
they won't sell.
Fast forward now because time is fast spent. Now we are towards the electionary period. How involved is the Liberian business?
Liberian businesses is of recent that the commerce ministers are coming into us to help us. She's been helping us of late. Besides that, Liberian businesses is on the fence. We are on the fence. It's just recent that the commerce minister last year, she started helping us. When she got in power unit, she called us and opened her. She said her door was open to us, but before we see her, it was very difficult. Can you imagine we get stranded to the extent that we don't even want to pay rentage? Because I told you people don't pay due because they are disenchanted. The way government after government treat the Liberian owned businesses. We should have a budget, but we have no budget. Whenever we go out of the country to go raise the flag of Liberia, we take it from our own pocket. Nobody help, but government, you see government paying culture troop, paying musician to go dance samba. You when they say trade fair, you don't care people to go dance samba. I'm not against Judy Annie, I'm not against our musician brothers and sisters. But these people don't speak the jargon that the other business people speak. When we go out there, you see Nigerians sending 150 persons, Ghana sending 50%, 100%, Africa sending 100%. To the extent they use their own flight to send their citizens to go on those trips. They pay for the shelter, everything. They get their allowances because they're going to go convince those people to bring their money into the country. In Liberia, government don't do it. Every penny we spend it from our own pocket. From the opposition to the ruling party, everybody turn their back on the Liberian private sector. All of them. That is where I come on and say they speak politics. They don't speak politics because politics is in the interest. There's where you speak in the interest. When last you hear the representative or senator talking for the health sector to get just pharmaceutical just. This the going Christmas, they carry 50,000. Which one of the representative or senator in your various constituents that call for children party? None of them. Why do you think our representative and senators always die in Ghana hospital or they always run to Ghana for medical care? Because the Ghana representative and senators put the citizen first. They make sure the best hospital is in Ghana. They make sure the same kind of hospital and school you get in America, in London, is in Ghana. Liberia today don't have a shopping mall of its own. Liberia today don't have, go to the rural counties, you will cry. Those rural counties, they don't have pharmaceutical drugs in those clinics. I have a friend that will have to go to wastewater of late to carry $35,000 US worth of pharmaceutical drugs donation. And they see men today, he bought 3 used cars for his NGO. He went to the LRA to go ask for duty free. They refusing to get him duty free. You know how many people, like how many left they men have saved? But you cannot get that kind of men duty free. The foreign businesses will tell you, say they're giving job to Liberian. They say they got company, they got factory. Only the find out they bring in finishing products to the country. They steal it from the government. They steal it from us. We have flagged those things up from government after government. But because it's a business as usual, they don't care. The representatives, the senators, the ministers, the British government officials, all of them so friendly with them. So they don't care about us. They keep selling our features.
Pactel, that is Dominic Nimle of Pactel, the Patriotic Entrepreneurs of Liberia, and he's the president. And we are here discussing wide range of issues as it relates to the business community, Liberian business community. I'm going to open the lines, and you have listened, and perhaps you have a question to ask or you have an input to make. Let's hear you on the Morning Breeze on ABC Radio 105.1 0777 105 100 0555 105 100. Let's hear you on the program. Perhaps you have some input to make on the program, like I said, and he has been discussing as it relates to the issue of the Liberian owned businesses in Liberia. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
I'm okay. Let's hear you.
Good morning, Osman. I get to know you 2016 at the AGS. And you talk and listen. This morning again, you make my day. You are saying something as the business people, when they go out the Freeport, meaning the Lebanese, like the warehouses, and keep the key with them. That is true. What you're saying is true. I can remember there was a guy at the free zone there. He was producing soap. may be, the quantity, they will go and buy it, go lock it up because they don't want the business, the guy goes to be on the market.
Yeah.
They will keep it there, any that business was just at the same level, it can go up, it can kind of just the same every time. And somebody has to say, oh my man, it's not this business doing it can go, but you only spend it, if you go there and want to buy 2, 3 cartons, you say no, because somebody will buy the whole thing for him. Not me was willing to go to business. By the time they got the auto spending, that they did him will be able to sell 5 cartons, 10 cartons, 11 cartons. Before he knows, in 3 months' time, he said, wow, I'm making money. So this is how I should do it.
Okay.
My brother, if you guys will support you, will be working with you, will accept it. And thank you so much for opening our hearts this morning again with you. Thank you so much.
Let's hear you. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. 077-105-100, 055-105-100. Let's hear you on the program. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. My name is Umukone. I'm calling from Corway.
Okay.
Yes. Our brother is saying the truth for us. Because for me, I have only New Labrador Mineral Water Factory in Corway. Yeah. You can imagine the government of Liberia always surprising the business people in Liberia here. Is that when we go for loan, we can get it from the government. Can you imagine? Even the government water that they are serving us in Liberia, which is water in store, they surprise me and close my factory down just because water is poor.
Okay.
Can you imagine? But then so they are telling you that you that are purchasing water for them, you businessmen should pay 0.15 cents.
Okay, thank you.
Then the person who just taking them back home to drink it, they should pay 0.5. How will a businessman survive on that? And when you get 1 barrel, which is the 1,000 barrel, you pay 15 US.
Okay. There are others who want to weigh in now. You have to make it short.
All right.
All right.
There is problem in this country. Thank you very much, my brother.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm Abraham Duque, resident of this state.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, I must commend your guest this morning. You have elaborated well. So I must commend we meet people like him in the house.
Okay.
But I just want to recommend you will be appreciated if people like you having a contest or representative position in our country or the country at large.
Okay.
You are a good leader. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. 077-105-100, 055-105-100. I have the president of Pactel. He's the entrepreneur, that is the patriotic entrepreneurs of Liberia. He's the president. Let's hear you on the program.
Good morning to our sister Denise.
Yeah.
Good morning to Mr. Newman.
Good morning, David. Let's hear.
David E. Harris now call from Pleasant Street. Mr. Newman, I just want to thank the government, the advocacy, whatever. Continue to flag the issue of the business community.
Okay.
But my thing is this, what will you people do since government are not listening to the people? Because I think government should listen to you guys and give you people 50 to 100 million in business people so you guys can upgrade your business and pay government back later.
Okay.
On the issue of the retail of rights by Indians and Lebanese that are doing wholesale and retail, what will you people do in the business community to stop Indian and Lebanese people to do retailers and wholesale? And what will you do for government to listen to you people and see how best they can help people? Thank you.
Let's hear you. Okay. Lost that. Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, let's hear you.
Yes, I'm Lawrence asking from Dennis to Snapper Hill.
Okay.
Yeah, what the speaker is saying is in place. But why is it that they don't let give Liberians loan? Is that if you are entitled to $1 million, like a Lebanese or Kula person will be able to surrender 10%. But you the Liberian, you know that legislation, so they will not want to give to you. And that's that. Then where's our Liberianization policy? It dwindles down our own interest on growing Liberia. It can happen in Ghana and elsewhere. Even the Chinese who are selling here, they get loan from the Chinese to bring no goods here and sell them here, and they pay back to the China bank. But this is causing Liberia to go down, and we have a selfish interest because someone will run now office to create the loan to Liberia wants his own grab. Yeah. So we have to go somewhere else. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. So I will squeeze in just one caller and then I go back to my guest. 0777-105-100, 0555-105-100 are the numbers to call to be part of the program on ABC Radio, The Morning Breeze. Okay, let me get back to you because we don't have time for you to perhaps respond to some of the concerns and then wrap up. Let's hear you, please.
Okay. One of the caller asked. I would like to say thank you to every one of them. One of the caller asked if government don't agree, how do we go about it? Are they 100% retailer right? If we unite ourselves and assemble at the legislature, they will enact it like yesterday. Government have understood that we always sorry, but we like to act like cowards. We're so afraid, like we're so scared. We don't stand up for our rights. It was like that in Ghana yesterday. It was like that in Sierra Leone. It was like that in Africa. They stood up. But we always put our tail in our butt. It's about time that we stand. We have time. Now they want to get elected and re-elected. It's the time. So after the press conference, there will be a publicity going, flyers, publicity going around from counties to counties, from community to communities, for you guys to assemble, for us to go at the legislature and make sure they right all the wrongs that they have done to us as Liberian people. And in writing those wrongs, I can assure you the 100% retailer right come to us, the distribution chains ought to come to us, the people only need to do wholesale and supplied. Wholesale. Nothing beyond wholesale. Our president is not late for you to right the wrongs. Mr. Representative and Senators, it's not late for you to right the wrongs. Liberian people are not stupid. We are well educated intellectually and perpetually don't mind because man didn't go to school and she crazy. She may be selling Bella Boy and Pepper, but she's so signed. Today you see Liberian, you get a Liberian man or woman, you see most of our sisters with a market on their head passing around. You get a young guy in the age of 25 to 30 years, $20 US, you go to Manjua market and buy 3 or 4 pair of used shoes and pass around with it on a hungry stomach or eating. And you look at us, some Liberians sit out there and say, Liberian, not serious for business. How serious you want us to be? How rather serious you want us to be? That's why I told the USAID people, we tired of workshop. 30 years plus, you have been coming to our workshop. What are you guys doing to change the narrative, to change the dynamic? What are you guys doing to change the story? I'll stop here for now. President, we are upper house and lower house. It's about time you look the way of the Liberian Business Association, Liba. Thank you.
Okay. And that's the voice of Pactel President Dominic Nimle, and you heard that he's talking about the Liberian business community, how concerned they are as it relates to their own empowerment, and we had a wonderful discussion on the program. We hope to see you anytime soon on the program to discuss our Sarah issue as it relates to Pactel. Okay, this is how we like to leave you on the Morning Breeze this morning on ABC Radio. This has been the Friday edition of Morning Breeze. Like I said, Fidel is not too well and he will join me on Monday for a fresh brand edition of the program, the Morning Breeze, where we will come with informative information for you, our people, to ensure that you get the very best of information as you deserve. So I like to say bye-bye, and today the executive mansion reporters will be having their induction, and one of our own here happens to be Anthony J. Fine will be inducted as the vice chairman of that Reporters Association, and also me as well. I will be turning over power as the outgoing chair of the executive mansion Presco, and that will be shortly at the Monrovia City Hall at 10 a.m. So to all our media colleagues, you are invited to form part of that program. And we'd like to say happy birthday to Martina of our staff. Martina is here and today she's celebrating birthday. We'd like to say happy birthday, Martina. Bye bye.